Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome. Yet another Sunday Night Live with Chris and Heather.
Hi.
There's no interview tonight. It's just going to be Heather and I. And we're here because I was trying to make a video on Friday. After our live on Friday, we made a couple videos, right?
Three.
We recorded content, and I'm still working on getting the rest of what we recorded out. Actually, after this live, I'll have one of the new videos posted, which is a mystery box video, which is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. But Hasbro, Heather, do you want to get into why we're talking about Hasbro? Do you want to put the headphones on so you know what's going on, or?
I know what's going on.
Are you
going to
keep those off? Okay, very good. Okay.
We're not interviewing anybody. What do I need to hear on the computer?
Oh, I didn't. Well, I mean, I got stuff like I don't know. I got the meat merp, and I thought maybe you'd like to hear that.
And it's not.
Oh, and it played the wrong way. You know what? Let me change that.
So...
Anyway, let's talk about why are we talking about Hasbro, Heather?
Well, they made a really poopy figure.
Yeah, so...
That's really all I have to say about it.
So, I'm not huge into collecting anything that's, like, child-related action figures. Like, the Infinity War figures that come out, and they're, like, really bulky and, like, kind of... I don't know, I guess they can practically make it even if it's run over by a car. I mean, they barely have any movement to them. No articulation at all. But I was scrolling through Amazon the other day, and I saw that there were Endgame figures for my son. Because I was looking around, I noticed that Captain America, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I started looking at the figure a little bit, and I was like, wow, this figure really doesn't look good at all. And then I scrolled down a little bit more, and it was Thanos from Endgame, and he had the most ridiculous face I think I've ever seen. I want to know how this figure made it to the cutting room floor for them to actually make and put out. Actually, I ended up buying it, but I'm going to show you the picture up close and personal if you don't know what I'm talking about. This Thanos. That face is so ridiculous. I cannot get over the face. So this is the image that's on Amazon to intrigue you enough to buy it.
Hold on. Where am I? Here.
There you are. This is the picture that they put out there for you to like purchase this action figure.
Am I doing it?
Yeah. So I decided, well, maybe I'll buy it and see, is it really that bad? Does the figure really look like that picture? And by God, hold on.
What are you doing? You're showing a figure with...
I know. By God, it was true. It is exactly the same face. No different. His eyes on the picture look a little bit like further apart, I think, than the action figure itself.
Why is it not?
I don't know. It's not focusing. Not that it matters. I mean, they see the picture down here. Not that it matters. The picture's here. Who cares? Wow, that actually took the bar and everything. Did you see that? It connected. I never noticed that before. Yeah. I'm talking about the software. You guys can't see what I'm seeing. So anyway, let me move this thing. So I started going through all the different figures that they have. Yeah, somebody said that he looks like Harambe. Harambe, because I don't know much about the whole. I wasn't involved in any of that meme crap. I remember seeing him, but I didn't understand it.
It was really sad.
He ended up passing away. The gorilla, is that what happened? They
Not
shot him or
passing
something?
away. He got murdered.
I see. I don't remember any of that for some reason. But somebody mentioned they looked like Harambe in the I think it was in the Amazon reviews, which really made me laugh. But what's so crappy about these figures, there we go. The knees don't even bend on the figures. I'm not asking a lot for a child's figure, right?
No.
So Marvel Legends, you buy that figure and you can make it look like it's dancing, doing backflips and everything else, right? But you're paying, I think, $20 to $25 for those figures.
Yes.
This one is $12.99.
Well, I can see why.
It does not have bending legs here at the knee. The arms can go up like this and go down, and these, there we go, and these here can swivel. That's it. He doesn't do anything other than that. He barely moves. That's what you get for your $12.99. I wouldn't buy this for my son. I only bought this as a point of reference to talk about.
So you're not even gonna let Max play with it? You just
No, I
want
mean,
it
no,
to
he could.
talk
No,
about-
he surely could have this.
No,
I'm
can I
saying
tell
I
you
wouldn't go
something?
out and buy these
Can I tell you
specifically
something?
for him.
Can I tell you something?
Sure, of course you can.
Max would never play with something that stupid. Max is 7 years old, and he knows that that is the dumbest looking figure
And
ever.
what's also funny is that he actually can shake his head no and shake it yes.
Which makes no sense because he can hardly bend his arms.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Why
so
make his head move?
so like I said, then I looked at the Captain America. Does the Captain America to you look like he's tired of your crap?
He looks like...
He looks like how a cat looks at you when you're calling it to come to you.
Yes, but he also looks like he has like underpants for a mask or something.
He has underwear. It's like a pair of underpants.
Did you ever put underpants on your head when you were a kid, or was that just me?
Right, yeah. Well, no, underpants on the head?
Yeah.
Nah,
No, you do that as an adult.
No, I don't remember ever doing that as
You
a kid.
always do
Ever.
that as an adult.
I don't remember doing that.
You do that all the time to Max.
Oh, no,
When
I
you're
put them on
folding
my
laundry.
head like a hat.
Yeah.
But I don't
well-
put them around my eyes
Well,
like
me
Captain
neither,
America.
but it looks like he did.
But you said you did as a kid.
Elaborate.
Elaborate.
I put it on my head, and I made a hat where my hair came out.
All right.
I remember we were driving home from Ocean City. I had to have been like 8 years old, and I like did that because I was bored. It was stupid. Don't judge 8-year-old me.
Down in the comments, I'm seeing that, hey, we buy pops that are $12.99 and they don't move or whatever. They only have bobbleheads. Well, I consider a pop more of
Pop is not an action figure.
yeah, it's
Pop
not really
is a display piece.
Right, it's a display figure. I wouldn't consider it an action figure. When my son takes a pop, he puts it on the shelf. He never plays with them. But when he takes a figure like this, he's expecting there to be a battle to be had. But I want to know, like, when a kid has this after he sees the film, he brings it home, like, isn't he bummed out? I mean, the Thanos is actually like smiling, in like a very like, hey guys, like kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, no, it's not good at all. Like at all. I don't know what they were thinking with this. Then you have Thor. Look at Thor.
He's like, hey, ladies. And
Yeah.
all the ladies are like, ugh.
I thought he looked like he was contemplating suicide, to be honest with you. I didn't know what. That's what I. First thing
That is what
yeah.
it looks
Yeah,
like.
that's what it looks
or
like to me.
also squeezing out a large poo.
That, yeah. Well, no, it's almost like he just found out the
He
worst
looks
news in the world. Like he
defeated.
found out that Loki died.
Yeah.
And now he's like, where's the nearest window that I can jump out of?
Yeah, he's really sad.
Yeah.
He also needs a better barber.
Yeah. Well, he has that Ragnarok hair. What do you
Yeah, but
Come on.
that's really badly done.
And then there's Hulk. And I thought the Hulk wasn't so bad.
It's
But
weird.
his eyes are humongous. Like he has like bug eyes.
Yeah, well, what's weird about him, though, is he sort of looks like Mark Ruffalo.
Well, exactly. Like
Which
out
is
of-
weird.
So the thing is, out of all the figures, I thought this one was the most it looks most like the actual character.
Okay,
Like it
but
doesn't look too far off.
let me tell you something. If you have a large person-shaped figure that is green, you're going to automatically assume it's Hulk no matter what.
Right.
So it's hard to screw Hulk up. However, it's weird that he looks sort of like Mark Ruffalo because Hulk doesn't look like Mark Ruffalo. Bruce Banner looks like Mark Ruffalo. But I feel
no,
like some of his features look more
Hulk
like
has
Mark
those features though. The Mark Ruffalo features, I think.
I don't think so. I don't
Really?
think as much as that.
I don't know. I think that out of all the characters that they came up with, now these are just 4. They also made Ronin, which looks straight up just ninja. Like it just you could buy it, pull it out of the box, and in 5 years people will pick it up and ask, "What is this?" And then they'll have to figure out what it is. And oh, is it a ninja? No, it's Ronin. He was from Endgame. You know, because he just looks so nondescript. And then there's also Captain Marvel, and she just looks like they didn't even try to pick up any features of the Brie. Was it Brie Larson?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't try to pick up any features for what she really looks like. It's just
Yeah.
blonde hair and just blank face.
Well, that's what she is. She's like your average blonde-haired person.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. I forgot about that. But doesn't Hulk kind of look stoic? Like a deer in the headlights kind of look?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're like judging action figures that are these are literally meant for kids. Like Marvel Legends are meant for a collector, in my opinion,
Yes.
because they are a higher dollar value. They come with a lot of parts. This is for a child to play with. So it's hard for me to sit here and beat the crap out of it. However, that Thanos, I had to buy it just because I could not even believe that this is a thing. Can you imagine? Like, I think when you and I talked about it originally, I said he looks like he looks like he's about to go and do major damage to things that don't, like, he would go to a school and like wipe out an entire school because he just looks like he looks stupid to me. Like in his face, he just looks like an idiot.
He is.
He's like, oh, he's like Bizarro Superman.
He's like a big oaf.
Like a big, exactly, like a big oaf.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he looks like.
You know, I've met some people that are similar to him.
You have?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, these figures are crap. Don't buy them for your children. Buy them Marvel Legends. I buy Max Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends are good action figures. They do everything you want an action figure to do and more. And they're a really good display piece. You could use them for, they're multi-function action figures. Heather.
They are.
Yeah. So this belongs in the garbage can.
It really does.
But I'm going to keep it here, and it's going to stand behind us for probably the rest of our days right here on the Gastlecast. He's now become a fixture on the channel.
I hope not.
Look, there he is. Boom. Isn't he
even
awesome?
looks stupid back there.
You don't even like him from a distance.
No.
So, I don't know if you guys saw, but I received Winter Soldier, the Hot Toys Winter Soldier.
Yeah, you did.
Really, really, really excited about it. So, there's a sort of a story that goes along with the Winter Soldier.
It's a sad story.
It's a very sad story.
Get your tissues ready.
Yes, so pull out your tissues and open your ears. So, my father ends up buying me the Hot Toys Winter Soldier as a wedding gift to me. He said, I want to buy you something that you're going to cherish, something that you love. So tell me what Hot Toys is like the one you really, really want. And I started off with the Spider-Man, and then I finally got to Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was like the very first Hot Toys I had seen like online. And I remember seeing it and thinking, wow, I really want to buy that. But at the time, looking at the price tag, I was like, there's no way ever I'll buy something like that. That is so expensive. Well, now here I am, probably, was it 5 years later, because I think it released in 2014. I absolutely am in love with it, and I wanted one, so that's why we went down that road. Well, he went on eBay, and he spent a ton of money on this Winter Soldier. And when I say a ton of money, I don't want to give you the dollar amount, because you might not make it through the rest of the cast. You might pass out. So, the figure actually comes from overseas. It takes about a week and a half for it to finally get here. So my father calls me and he's like, hey, your Hot Toys Winter Soldier showed up. Come over and get it, blah, blah, blah. Come on over, let's take a look at it. So I get there and the thing is sealed, like completely sealed. So he's like, have at it. He handed me a knife, open her up. So I popped it open. And like I'm about to pull the top off, unveiling it. The light is shining out. And then on top of that is like another piece. If you have a Hot Toy, you know this. It has another piece that you actually lift off as well. So I look down at the figure. So now I'm like starting to get to all the parts and everything. And like at first, I'm just like, I'm basically just in shock that it's actually sitting in front of me, because I never thought I would own a Winter Soldier Hot Toys. So I'm in awe, and I'm looking the figure over, and I didn't notice at first that there was an issue. I didn't. I was looking at it. I was like kind of taking a look, and then all at once, I don't even know how I noticed as fast as I did, because I'm pretty sure I would have brought it home and then realized it, because you saw that what's wrong with it, and it's not too terrible.
No, it's not worth. Yeah,
so I turned it, and his arm that has the cloth on it, well, it's like a pleather. It had fallen apart, like it shredded. And apparently, once I figured that out, I looked at my dad looked at me, and he was like, no, because he spent all this money. He's like, well, find out how we can return it. Let's get another one, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, let me look into this. Let me figure this out. Let me see if Hot Toys, if Sideshow will actually come through for me or something. So I contacted Jason over at All Time Toys, and Jason says, that thing has been out of production for years. There's nothing they're going to be able to do. They're not going to have any extra parts or pieces for him. He goes, your best bet is to go and find a new jacket for the character. So, by the way, I don't have the character here right now, but the Winter Soldier has like a jacket, like it's like a leather jacket thing with like these buckles. And then one arm, of course, that's clothed or like pleathered. And then the other arm, obviously, is the Winter Soldier arm. So when I noticed it through the plastic. So when I pulled the little plastic off, I started noticing speckles of the pleather coming off, and it just literally falling apart, like in my hand. And it wasn't horrible, right? Because it's like kind of ripped on the one side.
Yeah.
Right? So when I figured all this out yesterday, I was beside myself. I was thinking, wow, I waited all this time, to get him. And finally I get him, and there has to be a problem with him. Well, looking around online and doing my homework, apparently if it stays in a box for long enough and it's not in very good temperature and weather, because it needs like air, the heat will do that. So this thing has sat sealed since it released. Like it never came out of the box.
Well, think about if you put like your pleather jacket in the dryer. Like we would never do that,
right?
Because
it would rip apart.
Yeah, it would be. We'd be in trouble.
So that brings me to what my next. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess the next step of owning a figure now that's 5.5 years old. So I wanted to figure out, what do I have to do? What am I going to have to do to get a new jacket? So I went online. I looked everywhere. There is not a jacket to be found. Now, there are jackets for the Civil War Winter Soldier, which is far different. It's nothing like the one that comes on the Winter Soldier from the Winter Soldier film. So I then started to dig a little deeper until I found a website. And I'm trying to find what the website's name is because you may or may not know it. It's called GeeWhiz. GeeWhiz. Hold on. So, GeeWhiz, they make custom costumes and clothing for Hot Toys or 1/6 figures. So I saw the picture and it like popped up. Like it was custom, like here it is, this is what it looks like. In fact, I got a picture of it here. I can show you. So the guy, so here's one thing they sell. They sell the jacket that the Winter Soldier wears, okay? That's the jacket he wears when he encounters Nick Fury at the early part of the movie. This, let's see, where's that? Oh, come on. And now it's not downloading. Well, maybe if it comes back up. But anyway, what they do, he actually custom makes the jacket out of leather. Like real leather. That's how they make the jacket. So this guy is offering to do that. Does anybody want to take a guess of how much they think that jacket's going to cost for the Winter Soldier? And hold on, let me see if I can go on the website and pull it up real quick. I'm wondering if you guys can guess it. Because I was just about shocked that it cost this much. I don't know. Should I be that shocked? I mean, it's custom clothing for a very expensive action figure.
So I mean,
that's what the new one looks like. So the new one looks, and it's hard to tell, but it's leather, like it's real leather, which is impressive.
It's very
150, 225. It is very intricate. Go ahead.
It's very intricate and very small. However, you can buy a real leather jacket that's like your size that you as a human can wear.
Right.
For that price.
So we have guesses. 150, 225, 80, 85. I feel like we're on the prices right. So it will cost $29 for two, 29 or 2 for 50. Yeah. No, it costs $275. That includes shipping. $275 for a custom jacket. $275
for a Hot Toys.
For a Hot Toys jacket and shirt.
So I keep telling Chris to hold off and see if we would be able to find another way
to fix this, or find someone who specializes in something similar and can do something like that, but not for over $200.
They actually take the jacket and restructure the jacket that you send to them, which, in my opinion, is impressive.
It is impressive.
Because you're talking like micro, like whatever they're doing. Everything is so small and fine.
Yeah. But I mean, that's like a big price for an action figure that's just gonna set, you know?
Well, I know. I agree. And
So-
my mother is here. My mother, her and my father, they're the two who got this Winter Soldier for me. And I don't want to sound like I'm a whiner, because I promise I'm not. I'm totally
No,
fine with the
it's-
Winter
it's a
Soldier.
lot
I
of-
love it. I love it so much. It's just
No.
frustrating getting it and
It's
it
a
being
lot.
this way.
It's a lot of money that someone spent on you for it to
Be
not
damaged.
be pristine.
Right.
And
But-
I feel bad for not only you, but for them for spending money on something that isn't perfect. But the guy,
Right.
I mean, how could he have known?
He
if
wouldn't
it
have known.
was
He
sealed?
He kept completely,
Sucks.
Corey. I will do it for $199. Yeah, so the figure's fantastic, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy. My parents blew my mind with that. In fact, yesterday I was saying my thank yous as I left, but I mean it's hard to I don't know what kind of thank yous to say. I don't know how to thank them, because it's such an amazing thing that they went out and got. Honestly, I never thought I'd get it.
Yeah.
Very similar
They're awesome.
very similar to this Thor back here that one of our pals sent us. You know, I never expected for somebody to send that to us. It's very shocking. But listen, it is what it is. I can live with the jacket being that way.
Smitty, technically yes, but not this particular
Yeah,
one.
so this one is my father. Well, I guess I'll disclose it.
No.
No, it
Don't-
doesn't matter?
Don't.
I don't think so.
Don't talk
So I'll
about
tell you
that.
this.
It's more. It's
The figure
more than
cost,
$500.
it was 3 times the original amount
Yeah.
that the figure went for. 3 times. So a lot of money. Okay? Close to $600. Sorry. Close to $600. So it's way up there. So Heather thought, why don't we go on Etsy and maybe we can talk to some people on there and see if they might be able to find somebody that does this and see if they are able to put something together without costing literally an arm and a leg. Because $250 is very, very expensive for a small jacket. A miniature jacket.
Yeah. So speaking of jackets, I decided spur of the moment. This is like completely off topic.
Hold on, Mets fan 86. Thank you. We love you too.
Aw, that's sweet. Speaking of leather jackets, I came up with a brilliant idea, and I don't want to say too much, but I have decided for our wedding that I am customizing a leather jacket for myself.
Wait a minute. If you can customize a leather jacket
No,
for yourself,
no.
why can't you work on the Winter Soldier?
No, I'm not sewing myself a leather jacket.
Oh, okay.
I am customizing it to make it more wedding appropriate. And I just want to say that it's pleather, so it's not real leather.
Right.
But this jacket is originally like a $70 or $80 jacket, and I found it for $20 online. It's one that I own, but I didn't want to use the one that I own because I still want to wear the one that I own, like, not at the wedding.
Sure.
So I found the same exact jacket
Good.
for $20.
Good. That's awesome. So you can customize it. Can you give us sort of a Heather? Can you give us sort of a hint of how you're customizing this jacket? Just like can you give us
It's gonna say my new last name on it.
what? It's going to say your last name on it.
My new one.
What's that going to be?
Gas.
Whoa! I just felt something in my downstairs after I heard that. Wow,
Yeah,
that's how
it's
you get me
weird.
excited. That's
Yeah.
right. Wow.
Yeah. But point is,
If you like hyphenated your last name, that would have been like really lame.
yeah.
I mean,
But,
I understand some people like doing that, but I'm glad you didn't do that.
I mean, it sucks that I'm not gonna keep my last name, but like.
Why don't
I
we name
think
our
it
first child
means-
your last name?
No.
We'll just name him Sipe.
No. But I think it means something really cool to have your last name.
You think it's cool to have my last name?
Yeah, because now we're gonna be a fam, like a real deal fam.
I know we are.
But anyway, my point with talking about that leather jacket is that I'm an adult, a human. I'm 5'3", and I got a jacket to fit my body for $20.
Right.
And you have to spend 10 times that to get one that's this big.
I know, but listen, the jacket that they make for Winter Soldier is really something else. I mean, really it is. You saw it in person today. Mm-hmm. The amount of work that goes into the little clothes.
I know, it's crazy.
Pretty amazing.
I can't imagine doing that.
No, nor could I.
That's like making an ant a 3-course meal. Like an insect.
You mean actually make it a real meal, or like leave it crackers? I don't know where you're going.
No, like a real, like a little ant plate with a little ant steak and little ant like peas and potatoes. That's a lot of intricate work. Is
that possible?
No, that's why I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I mean, it's possible to make the Winter Soldier jacket. I don't.
Okay.
Where are you going with this? Exactly.
It's just really small and hard to do. Okay.
Okay. Well. So, I'm really excited about the Winter Soldier figure. I will get it squared away one way or the other. We'll find somebody. We'll track somebody down, maybe on Etsy. The Gee Whiz, man. I could not believe when he said $250. And he goes, and plus 25 shipping. Mm-mm. 25 shipping? It's a little miniature jacket. Can you put it in like a envelope? Can you mail it back to me with like one single postage stamp? Like, what's the point? Why $25 to ship it back?
Yeah, I think
is it coming back in like a metal box or something?
There are people that can do amazing things that don't have to necessarily specialize in something like that. So I would keep looking and really take your time and try to do it the right way for less expensive.
Okay.
Just try. That's just my advice. You do whatever you want to do.
No, I'll do. Let's do some homework.
But I think that's very steep.
You're real good with that kind of stuff too. So maybe you can help me out by going to Etsy and look up miniature clothing and see if somebody on there knows how to do this. I'm sure there's somebody on Etsy that specializes in hot toys aside from this Gee Whiz guy. But see, here's the thing: the Gee Whiz guy, he makes like custom clothing.
That person does.
Oh, it's like everything. And it's almost like I want to go to him because that's the closest I'm going to get to the real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm almost so bent on actually going forward with it.
I understand.
But it is what it is. We'll figure that out. Phoenix, making clothes for Barbie. Yeah, I mean, it's very similar, right?
Phoenix,
so it's the same size.
I love you. You're great. But I really liked my ant dinner analogy a little bit better, so...
Oh, Heather. Yeah, you're right. Like, that went over real well. That went over really well, Heather.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
Yeah, big time.
I just like to be outrageous sometimes.
That's what you call outrageous?
How would you describe it?
I have no idea.
Outrageous.
That's sort of outrageous. True. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to do actually a couple videos that are going to come up, and they're all going to connect into like one part. So I recently got the Winter Soldier, which I wasn't really going to say too much about or get too much into until we made a video. But we're going to make a video about him. We're going to make a video about a gift that Heather received, which I don't think we've shown on here just yet.
We haven't yet. And I'm really excited to make... I've been like amped to make that video for like weeks now.
We're going to do that, and we're also going to make a video on the hot toys that my son received from my parents, which is a really cool one as well. I don't think we've really talked about that. So we're gonna post videos that are all connecting all of our new like sideshow pieces that we've recently picked up. Mm-hmm. Maybe even include our Ghost Rider as well, who's really cool. I like him a lot.
He's really neat.
Yeah, I'm really glad I purchased that. Thank God you weren't there, because you probably would have talked me out of it. Would you have talked me out of it?
You can do whatever you want.
You'd have been like, what are you doing? It was like that story John was telling us over at All Time. He said this guy comes in, and the guy was like, oh, you know, he has the Iron Spider. He pulls it off the shelf, and he's like, I'm going to get this. And his girlfriend's standing there, and he walks up to the counter. He puts it up on the counter, starts whipping out his, whoa, that could have been weird. He whipped out his credit card, and the girlfriend, like, kind of looks over and notices that he's being charged $200 and whatever, $250. And she goes, you're really spending $250 on an action figure? Put that thing back up. You don't need that. So the guy had to sadly grab it and then put it back on the shelf. I would hate to be in that position.
The only thing that I legitimately get upset with you over and ask you to please not do, like the one thing, is to stop smoking. That's like the one thing I really get upset. I'm never going to tell you how to spend your money. I might tell you, hey, this might be a better way to do it.
I don't smoke on a regular basis, though.
I know, but it's still bad for you, whether it's 1 or 10.
It's sometimes social.
It's still not good for you.
I didn't say that it was good for me, and I agree. Are we having real talk on the Gastlecast?
Well, that I'm saying that's the only thing that I feel. I don't want to call it controlling because it's not really that. It's just I care about you and I want you to.
I really appreciate that. I
really
do.
Feel good and do good, and
I really appreciate that.
I'm marrying you. And
You're making good points, Heather.
I want to spend time with you.
Listen.
And I can't
I have
do
a
that.
very good insurance policy. So if something happens to me, wink, wink, we got a lot of money coming your way, okay? After we're married, so it's okay. That's a joke. I'm making a joke.
That's really morbid. Don't talk like that. Ew. Are you planning on dying soon?
No.
Okay, so why don't you?
But you always have to have that there, because anything can happen, Heather. Car accidents or anything. By the way, I need you to make my sticker for the back of my car, because what I want to do, I have our little logo on the back of the car, on my back window, my new back window of my new vehicle that I love so much. Yay! And I wanted Heather to make me a Gastlecast with like the little like YouTube logo and the little Instagram logo, so I could put it back there and I could ride around with it. I smoke clowns like you. I smoke clowns like you on the b-ball court.
King Elmo said, "Are you a pot?"
No.
He's never. He has never once smoked marijuana in his life.
I've never done a single drug my entire life.
Do you really plan to die?
I do not plan to die. I do not plan. Well, I mean, everybody plans to die, right?
Depends on how
Everybody
many cigarettes
dies.
you smoke, you know.
Everybody dies, but do I plan to die? No. I plan for things that could possibly go wrong. Anything can happen, right? Maybe call me anxious or paranoid, but anything can happen. So I want to make sure. Mom, I did not even show the Winter Soldier. I haven't really pulled him out of the box yet because I was waiting to see what was going to happen with the repair stuff. So I'm going to. I feel like over the next course of a couple days, I'll actually pull it out, and then I'll make my video around it and stuff like that. The other video that I'm going to make, and I actually talked about it on the We Hunt Together page, I'm going to make a video, and I'm actually wondering how you guys all think about, what you think about this. And
doesn't matter what they think. You're gonna do it anyway.
I would do it, but I want to see what their thoughts are on it, because if people are thinking that it's a waste of time, that I won't do it. I only like to do things if I think people are going to enjoy it, right? And this is one of those things that's like kind of it's completely out of our realm, really. So I don't know if you guys have noticed on Instagram, but on Instagram and on what's the other one that I like to post my pictures on? What is that thing? Reddit. I post on Reddit. By the way, I don't know Reddit at all. I feel like a complete idiot on there. I know nothing about Reddit. But I can post pictures, and people like to comment and like on them, so which is really nice. But I'm going to do a video talking about how I take the different photos that I take, and kind of getting people in a place where they're taking some cool pictures like the ones that I take, because I've learned a lot along the way with my cell phone camera. I don't use a special camera for any of the pictures that I take. They're always with my cell phone, or do they call them cell phones anymore? Smartphone. And
phone.
No
one has a house phone anymore.
I bought a bunch of different backgrounds. I have different lights that I use, and everything that I do is a very like cheap way to do it. Like none of the stuff that you want that you can take it. Nothing that I do is expensive, right? What are you doing? What's happening? So I was interested to see how you guys felt about that. Maybe you'd want to see how I take the photos and kind of like the background on it, and maybe get you kind of in a place where you take some cool photos and stuff. Because I like, my favorite part of collecting figures and pops and everything is taking photos of them. Like Heather knows, I spend a lot of time taking pictures. When we don't have a lot going on, I'll go and take a lot of pictures.
Yeah, in the We Hunt Together group, he sort of pitched that idea, and I like sort of jokingly, but not actually jokingly, because it's true, said that we would have to censor like the entire video because there would be too much butt crack.
That's
He
right.
gets on the floor. I have pictures actually. He took a picture last year for Funko Photo a Day, and it was like
Negan. It was outside.
it was shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes was the theme, and he had his car's headlights on, and then he had his Negan boots and the Negan pop sitting right in front of it. And he is down, like, on his knees, like, almost eye level with the ground, and his entire butt was coming out of his pants.
Don't act like you don't want to
And
see it, okay?
I still have a picture
Let's
of
not,
that.
let's, like, not act
but
that you don't want to see this thing.
He refuses to let me share it, but it's hilarious. Every single time he takes pictures,
Like, practically
his
my whole
butt's
buttocks
out.
comes out. He
He doesn't really have a
it's
butt,
not
though.
yeah, I don't have a buttocks.
He has, like, a
God
back
did not give me a buttocks.
That just continues.
Yeah.
All the way down to his legs.
Max is exactly the same way. My son, he has no buttocks either. I've been trying to get him into pants for the wedding. I have to find him like the slimmest pants on the planet,
Yeah.
so he can fit and actually be in the wedding.
Yeah, because he does. I think both you and him, like, here's your back, and then inside.
It's
This
an
is
indentation.
Yeah. The butt is.
It's like somebody pulled it off.
Yeah.
Somebody ripped it off. So anyway, I'm sure a lot of you guys are getting prepared and ready for the Game of Thrones. I'm really sad. I told Heather tonight. I said I'm really sad that we didn't like watch it quick enough to be caught up to the events that are happening tonight, because I would love to watch it with everybody, and we're not able to do that. It really bums me out.
Yeah, we're on. Well, Chris finished episode 8 of season 1. I have not yet.
Right.
So episode 8, 9.
So yeah. So I'm on episode 9 of the first season.
Of the very first season.
And it's
so.
almost over with, the first season at least. I'm hoping that over the next course of a couple weeks, if Heather could just stay up at night. Every time I'm watching episodes, she passes out. And then the next day, I'm crossing my fingers that she watched it while I was at work, while she's getting ready.
Normally I do, but this... So I didn't on... So Friday night you watched it. I didn't Saturday morning because you were asleep.
Right.
And I didn't... Like, I wasn't out in the kitchen very long. I was just, like, getting ready for work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I always go in really early on Saturdays. I left the house at, like, 7:30.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so
I
no
don't
Game of
like
Thrones
that.
time.
Chris, have you gotten your pants fitted yet? No. So the pants are fine.
The pants
believe it
are
or not.
fine.
Which is really bizarre, because I
Yeah.
thought for sure that my pants were not going to work, and I took them in.
Why? Why did you think that?
I thought that they were going to be too baggy or big. Because when you
No.
buy, well, usually when you buy like pants and stuff like that, they don't fit you like perfectly, right? So I didn't know when we showed. So we went to this guy
Did you
at a
not
local
try it
mall.
on before you bought them?
The pants?
Yeah.
Yes, but it was very quick in and out. But
Oh,
when
just
you
to make sure they button.
when you look at yourself in the mirror, sometimes you can't really. You're not. You know this. You're not. Sometimes you're not a very good judge, right? I'm talking about anybody.
Personally,
Anybody.
yeah, I guess.
You come out and you'll be like, hey, how do I look in this dress, right? So when I'm in there with my
No,
pants, I was like, well, they fit, so I'll buy
When
it.
do we ever go shopping like that?
No, I'm saying, like, during the day, you'll go in and put a dress on.
Oh, well, yeah.
By the way, she wears 14 outfits per day. Believe me, she does. Don't let her tell you
No, I
different. Because you
don't.
should see the mounds of laundry we have, and it's always her stuff. Just a big pile of Heather.
I mean,
That's all it is.
true.
Oh, my
I
God,
do-
like you wouldn't believe.
So
So-
I have regular clothes.
Gluteus minimus.
I
That's me.
have, what do I have? So I have day clothes. Like right now I'm wearing what I wore all day. I went to a bridal shower, so I wore a dress there. And I'm wearing that. But like after we get off of here, I'm going to be putting my pajamas on.
Right.
And then I'm going to have the pajamas tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to change into my work clothes. And then at night I'm going to change into my pajamas. But it's not like I'm
Oh my
constantly
God.
changing like outfits.
it's like-
it's
it's
all
like-
like pajamas.
It's like dating Batgirl. Like, she just has so many damn outfits. Mets fan, are you going to be at the next Mac group meet? Yeah, of course we are. We're actually going to be there live. So if you want to walk up
We're
and
gonna
talk
be
to us.
live at that one?
Yeah, we are.
I thought.
Yeah, that's the con, the Mac con.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure we're live there. They asked us.
Okay, I thought there was one before the con. That
No.
would be cool. By the way, there's something we have to talk about after this. Remind me, please. It's not related to Mac at all.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Okay. Is it good or bad?
No, it's good.
They got me
really good.
Concernicus. Hey, there's our good pal. Jamar is here. Welcome, Jamar. Quick preview. Jamar sent us a cool box full of cool things. And then we made a cool video. And we're going to post that cool video after this live. So keep an eye out for it. It's not a very long video, but it's fun. We had a good time. Jamar, you're the man. But I just want you to know that. You brought tears to our eyes.
Yeah.
Heather cried a lot. In a happy way.
He's so awesome. I really love Jamar.
So the other day I called Heather and I was like, I have to go. Heather's like, have you gone out and got, fitted for your suit? I don't know if
Why are you making me sound like a man?
I don't know if we brought this up, but anyway, she was saying we need to go. I need to go get fitted for my suit, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go. By the way, I do want to say this. A week before,
I have to tell you guys a funny story.
Hold on. A week before, Heather says something along the lines of, listen, I was like, I'm going to go and get my suit. She goes, don't worry about it. We got time, and went on and on.
No,
I was like, that's kind of weird for her to say that, right?
I
was like,
said
Heather
this.
wants to like be done with everything like instantly.
I've been telling him since
So a week
December to get his
later, she
Just so
calls
you know.
me. Just this past week, she calls me. I can't believe you don't have your suit ready. Can't believe it's not altered. People are laughing when I tell them the story that it's not altered yet, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "You told me that everything was okay."
I did not. I didn't know such
I said, "You told me everything was going to be fine." And she goes, "I called the dry cleaning lady, and she laughed on the phone. She laughed and said there's no way everything will be done by the time we have our wedding." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like now I'm freaking. So I find this place, an alteration place, at our local mall.
She said, I haven't seen it yet.
Right.
So I can't tell you. But then she kept telling me, like, she's booked up until, like, this coming Monday or Tuesday.
Until next 4th of July, or next 4th of May.
And I was like, well, is it even worth coming in? Like, would we be able to have his suit by, like, the very last couple days of April? And she was like, maybe. So I was like, okay, well.
So I ended up calling this place. It was in our local mall. And I go in there. And this dude that was in there, he was hardcore. He sounded like a samurai. Like anytime he would say something, he'd go, huh, ha, like that.
Yes!
As he's like fitting me and stuff. And I was like, I thought he was like doing moves behind me or something. I didn't know what was going on.
He spoke very little English, and I loved him.
He was awesome.
It was hilarious.
I thought he was gonna karate chop me in the throat because he was like hardcore.
Yeah, he really did make his tone was very like blunt and sharp.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He was hardcore. He scared
he was like,
me.
Try on.
Yeah, he goes, try on now. Try on now. I was like, okay, take it easy.
Oh, I loved him.
So anyway, he sized me up in the pants. He said, fine there, of course, because I have no buttocks. Then I pulled those puppies off, and then he goes, let's do, jacket. So I put the jacket on, and he ended up figuring out that I needed to be altered in the jacket.
Well, yeah.
So it worked out.
You were swimming in it.
Guess what? So anyway, yeah, it is Mr. Miyagi, Zach Bonifer. Anyway, the end of that story is the fact that the guy told us we'll have it ready, or he'll have my jacket ready on the 23rd. Yay! Thank God, because if it was not ready in time, Heather would have killed me. I would have been in there with a big old jacket,
I wouldn't have killed
walking around.
You.
And it looks like I'm wearing a big Cosby sweater with my big jacket. But I'm glad.
Hold on. Let me elaborate. I couldn't kill you before I married you, so it would have to be after.
So you get the money. So what's your funny story you're going to tell?
So the other day, Chris and I were talking about getting his suit fitted. I'm like, you really need to get your suit fitted. He's like, I'm waiting for my shoes to come in. And I'm like, okay, listen.
Oh, God. Are you really having to tell this story?
Oh, yeah. I'm telling it. Okay. So he has decided to wear a particular shoe. I'm not going to disclose it. I sort of want our wedding to be like not everything known about it just yet, but you guys will see pictures. So he's wearing a shoe with like a normal sole. It's not like a really flat shoe, and he's not wearing high heels. So I'm like, why do you need the actual shoes? You know what? I have to tell him what shoes you're wearing because it doesn't make sense if I don't.
Okay.
He's wearing high top Converses. So I was like, you can just wear your normal Nikes. They have the same size sole. Like, the only reason it would really matter is if you were wearing, like, really flat dance shoes.
Right.
And, like, they may drag on the floor or something.
Right.
Or, like, really high shoes, you know? So I'm like, you don't need the shoes. Just wear your normal everyday shoes because they're, like, the same height as Converse. And he's like, no, like, they need to be hemmed to the top of the shoe. And at first I'm thinking, like, this is his foot and they need to just sit on, like, the top of the shoe. He meant he wanted to get them altered to where you could see the top of the high top Converse. He wanted to wear capris to our wedding.
I didn't want to wear capris. It wasn't capris. No, I did not want capris.
To our wedding.
I thought it was a style thing, and I thought that's what you had originally mentioned it and what you were going for.
I'm not going for crap. You were the one that suggested that you all wear Converses, and I said, okay.
Well, I mean, but I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe he had something special in mind. I didn't know.
I didn't have anything in mind. You were the one that wanted to wear Converse.
Anyway, I'm not wearing capris.
He wanted to wear capris.
That's the bottom line. I'm not wearing capris.
Yeah, but I talked him out of that. I said, you know, I haven't been much of a, like, bridezilla up until this point, but you are not wearing capris to our wedding. I'm very sorry. I think his heart broke a little bit that he can't have his wedding capris, but...
Can't wear my wedding capris.
Sorry.
So I guess all of you guys out there are getting ready for the Game of Thrones, new Game of Thrones episode. You guys have been waiting for a long time. There's fans out there. I know Jeddah probably is like all amped up right now. He probably has a sword and shield.
He probably has all of
sitting
his
on a
Game
pop
of
throne.
Pops lined up.
All of his Hot Toy boxes are made into like a throne or something.
He built himself an Iron Throne.
Right.
He's
out of Iron Man's. Iron Man Hot Toys.
He has like big, like this big around tubs of popcorn.
Yeah.
And he's already there, and it's not even going to start yet.
I know. I feel like we're left out. This really sucks.
It's okay, because then we'll be able to binge it.
Is this how people feel when they haven't watched Walking Dead and we're like all up to date?
Yeah, Casey's watching it right now.
Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's never seen it.
Good for her.
And she's actually, so...
I knew I liked her.
Yeah, so my best friend has never seen Walking Dead, and, like, we have been obsessed. I mean, I've been obsessed since...
since day one.
I think it was, like, 3rd season when I started watching.
Oh, I was there very first episode. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, I didn't. My sister...
I watched it in my underpants. I'm wearing my underpants.
That's weird. Yeah. My sister talked me into watching it. And...
Just underpants.
Okay.
I kicked my socks off. I was in bed.
My sister talked me into watching it, and she let me borrow... She had, like, the Walking Dead Blu-ray or DVD set or whatever. And I, like, watched it, and I just, like, instantly fell in love. And then... I think it was season 3 that I, like, started in real time. And ever since then, I've been obsessed. And my best friend since middle school.
Love it.
Did not start it up until, like, 2 weeks ago. And she was, like, in love with Shane. In love with Shane, and it took everything I had to be like, yeah, he doesn't last that long.
Oh, you don't want to drop that bomb.
She was so upset. When she watched that episode, he was
one of the best characters in the whole show.
Oh yeah, he was so awesome. When she got to that episode where Shane was no more, she was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. And I said, no, you do. And she's like, yeah, but I'm gonna be mad the whole time. But I mean, I'm gonna continue to watch it. It's just gonna suck. And she loves it. She says she's really excited to meet Negan. I'm really interested in hearing her opinion on him.
Tasha, yeah. So we're actually just starting. She said don't feel bad, Chris and Heather. I want to watch Game of Thrones. She doesn't have HBO. We do not have HBO either.
Oh, your mom said I look beautiful. Thank you.
She does look beautiful. She did her own makeup, by the way, and she's paying for a makeup person on the wedding day.
No,
I don't get it.
I don't do my makeup very well.
You do a great job. You look beautiful today.
Listen.
I went 6 to midnight when I saw you earlier today when you come out.
Okay, your mom's here. Can we?
That's okay. Mom understands.
My dad watches
Mom knows
this.
I do weird things in bed.
He doesn't need to know. My dad doesn't need to know about your clock.
Get
it? 6 to midnight.
He's not watching.
And
this.
then I added it. Yes, he is.
Is he really?
No, probably not. Not this one.
He doesn't care.
He normally watches them the next day.
But you do a fantastic You do a fantastic job with the...
I want my makeup to last, and the way that I do it, it does not last.
Well, I thought you looked beautiful today. In
Well,
fact,
thank you.
I thought you looked so beautiful today that I had to take a picture of you and share you on Facebook, okay? That's how things roll. Tasha, I'll get back to you. Yes, we do. We also do not have HBO, but my parents are allowing us to borrow their HBO Go account because they don't use it, so we can watch Game of Thrones. And so far, I am completely in love. Tasha, if you have Amazon Prime for any reason or chance, I believe you can get Game of Thrones on there. Not the new episodes, but previous.
I don't think it's free, though.
It isn't?
I don't think so.
Okay, I thought it came with Amazon Prime.
I don't think
Because
so.
Sopranos is free on there. I'm telling you that right now. I know for a
Yeah,
fact.
but that's Sopranos.
I'm just saying that it's an HBO-related TV show. So I thought it was a free thing. Oh, look, Heather is a babe. Nom 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 Nito. But it's look who it is. Nohimi.
She's a babe too.
Yeah, she is.
She's the best babe.
Is it free?
No, each episode is $3.99 and the seasons
Are you on your
20.
account? Your Amazon Prime account?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, then I take everything back. I'm sorry. I take everything back.
You can watch HBO.
Look what my mother asks.
Well,
Mom,
we'll save that for another day.
Heather will text you after the live. Heather will send you a really awkward text after the live. Look out for that. It's going to be awesome.
I'll be blushing the whole time.
You should be blushing. Well, Heather. It's what a day. We stayed up really late last night.
We did.
We made
s'mores.
We made s'mores with Max real late. He went to bed at like 10 o'clock.
No, he went to bed at like 9.
It's later than that because I looked at the clock because he took a shower and everything. It was like 9:30, almost 10 o'clock.
He didn't take a shower.
Oh, that's right. It was like 9:30 though by the time he was all ready.
No, it was about 9:15.
Anyway, it was late. And then a couple of our pals came over and we sat out near the fire for a long time. In fact, I lost complete track of time. We were out there laughing and hoopla and having a good time.
It was at least 3:30 when you came in.
It was 3:30 in the morning when I finally came in. Heather,
at like 1 o'clock, I started to fall asleep. I finally came in around like 2. And he was still out there. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to bed. And I turned on a movie.
let me tell you something, by the way. Hold on, stop.
What movie
I
did
walked
turn
into
on?
the bedroom.
Oh, no.
And it was another moment of going 6 to midnight. I walked in. You had Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on.
Oh,
and I was just
that's
like,
what I was watching.
I was just so excited. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I love her so much for putting this on.
Spoiler alert, I fell asleep before I could even watch it.
No, it's okay because it was on and I was able to watch it. It was almost like you prepared it for me.
I was listening to the soundtrack though, and it was really good.
Guardians 2 gets better and better every time I watch it.
I really wish that my dad was into superhero stuff because I really want him to watch You know, he might even enjoy it without being into that stuff.
You know what we should do?
What?
You want to pull out the 10-inch Groot, the life size, and take a look at him? I've never done that before.
Okay.
You want to take a look at it?
Sure.
I don't know about Double Diner hurting my feelings. Double Dinner? Double Diner? Double Diner. Oh, she doesn't know the Double T Diner story.
Oh,
and she
no.
begged me to tell her that story the other day, and I didn't. I really honestly think you should tell that story. I think that's a great story.
Well, it's really awkward. And it was a weird situation. I don't want the whole internet to know.
Why not? It's great.
No, because it had to do with like something that's sort of gross.
Yeah, but who cares? I've told many gross stories here.
No, nothing like this. I don't want to put that on the internet, but I will tell you if
that's
you
messed up. Now everybody there here that wants to know.
They don't want to know.
They can't find out. So now that we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I go to bed last night. Heather had it on. This Groot, funny story about this guy. I went to Florida for Star Wars Celebration 2017. Went to the Target store in Orlando. Walked inside. Dude opened an entire box of these. I was the first one there, by the way. Dude opened an entire box of these and cut all of them with a knife. All of them. In the first box. Second box, he comes rolling out. I was like, no! Stop! Don't! And he's like, what? I was like, don't use the knife. Let me open it. So he allowed me to open the box, and I was able to pull out my own Groot. I also grabbed another one because I wanted to take it with me, which is a horrible idea. I took it with me to Celebration in hopes to trade for a Punisher from the Daredevil TV show.
The Chase, right?
The Chase. And wow, that wasn't a very good trade. And the guy almost didn't trade with me. But I've always wanted to open this, and because we're talking about Guardians too, why don't we open him and see what he looks like? Out of box.
We've never pulled him out.
No, we have not.
Not even once.
Not even once.
Not even twice.
Not even once.
Not even twice.
And D Spark says I cry every single time at the end. Yeah, me. That's a sad part. With Yondu, always bums me out.
Yeah.
And Little Rocket's all sad about it.
Chris and I are really big Michael Rooker fans, and
there was something on his face, and it wiped off.
That's weird. I think that's part of why.
Look at him.
It upsets us too.
Isn't he awesome?
He is really cool.
He is really cool. Look at him. I love how like the front is like he has like hair,
Yeah.
like a spiky hair.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Look, he has a little moss growing up there.
So you're gonna take this in a really weird way, I think.
I'm so glad that I pulled this out of the box. I've never done this before. I think he's cool looking.
Okay. Well,
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I want to hear.
okay.
Oh no, I want to hear you out.
It's
Sorry.
okay. It's really okay.
No, go ahead. What are you gonna say? It's really weird.
So he sort of reminds me of Max.
He reminds me of Max. I was thinking the same thing.
Cause he's like little and
Yes.
like cute and like we do Max in that cute
His
little
hair
boy
like that.
hairstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he cool?
Yeah.
I love Groot. Groot's one of my favorite characters. I think I have more Groot than anything else in my collection. I have more Groot. You know what? I counted the other day. Somebody brought this question up. I have 24 Captain Americas. 24. Can you believe that? And that's with the movie moments and everything else, but still 24 versions of Captain America in the collection. What do you think of that?
I think that you need to start moving some of these pops because this is getting a little out of hand.
It's not getting that out of hand. I like how we both silently look away. In fact, somebody today asked me if I displayed them all, and it's impossible. You can't. There's too many. There's way too many.
That's why we need to figure out what to do with some of them.
Well, I think I'm going to get rid of all of my Destiny Pops because I'm done with them.
We're going to continue to get...
I know. See, guys, here's the problem. When you have a channel that's based around this toy, you have to have some of this stuff on hand. I can't do one of these episodes or shows without having this stuff on hand. And which, by the way, I do want to thank a lot of you guys out there that do send. How many Groots? I have to count. I'll get on that. I'll get right on that. Give me a second. Can you count? Here.
I can try.
No, count here. I really appreciate you guys for sending us stuff too. And, you know, it's sent always in a nice gesture. And it's like, hey, guys, here, you know, here's some cool stuff, you know, and it's, you guys don't have to do that, but it's nice that you do it. I guess is what I'm getting at. But it actually helps us big time because it gives us content to talk about and to review and all that kind of stuff. Because it gets really tough. When we go out to buy a lot of like our pops and toys and stuff, we come home and we have all these pops and toys. Some that we don't really care too much about.
You don't have this one?
The regular one? Probably not. I don't think I do. But when you have all these toys where some are like ones you really want or like grails, then you also have this pile. It's like, well, why did I buy this? Oh, yeah, I forgot. We did the ECCC episode, so we needed to pick that one up. So that's why we end up giving a lot away. What do you got?
You don't have that, right?
No, I don't. Are you counting them? Oh, okay. Heather's counting them. She is on the move. So how many did you count so far, Heather?
8.
Only 8? That doesn't sound right. Maybe it is. I thought I had way more. I thought you only 8.
No, that's so far.
Oh, that's only so far. I thought you went through all of them.
My gosh.
Take it easy there.
Do you not know what you're asking?
Captain Marvel or Shazam? If we're talking in terms of the films,
You
Shazam
have
all
him.
day. No.
Okay.
Shazam all day long. That was a great film. When it gets to the point of what color's the wall again? I know. And that's the real issue, is that we have no more room for any of this stuff. I actually outlined Heather's whole entire ceiling, or her father did, I'm sorry, put shelves all throughout her entire ceiling in her little office space. They're full of pops. I have, if this closet door right here You open that, it is full of Funko Pops. This wall here is full of Funko Pops. Then I have the thing behind me. If you watch our episodes and stuff, you'll see that that's full of Funko Pops. So there's Funko Pops everywhere. And then we have a room where it's all Walking Dead Funko Pops. Funko Pops! Funko Pops! There's so many Funko Pops. How many?
22, but that does not include Rocket with Baby Groot, another Rocket with Baby Groot, and Drax with Baby Groot, and our Groot Christmas ornament. But I wasn't counting the ones with the Baby Groot because I didn't know if you wanted me to count them. But if it's those, then we have 25.
Wow. So 25 Groot, 24 Captain America.
Wow. We have more of Groot than your favorite character.
I know.
That's wild.
Captain Marvel, just quick, decent. It was okay. Just an okay film in my opinion. Didn't like it a whole lot personally.
Very entertaining. And I love the soundtrack. It had a fantastic soundtrack.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, seriously. I'm glad that one of us enjoyed it.
I see the question, though. I haven't seen Shazam, but I know I'm going to like that movie.
And by the way, Michael Petrino is here asking the question. Michael Petrino, it's good seeing you. Haven't seen you in a while. It's always good when he shows up. Remember he came down here one time, and he was bearing gifts.
Lots of gifts. He's awesome.
We hung out with him for hours. He was such a great guy. Really easy to talk to. A lot of fun. And he plays the bass like a maniac. Right?
Yeah.
Any final words, Heather? Do we want to go out with a bang? What do we want to say? Why don't you tell him that Double T Diner story? And then we'll just go out.
I'm not putting that on the internet.
I'm trying to find any way I can get you to say it.
I'm not.
All right. Well, listen. We'll be back on Wednesday live yet again. And I don't think this time we have anybody to come on with. However, I did want to mention that in the future, very soon, which I might be able to work it out sooner rather than later, if you guys remember ever seeing these 3D boxes that we had made, well, I have one that's like Mega Man, and it looks like the game, but it's like kind of 3D coming. It's like a diorama, I guess. Heather knows that guy. He's a local guy who builds these dioramas, and I want him to come on live with us and talk about the dioramas. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It might even make you interested in these things and have one in your own collection. So
they're really cool.
They're super, super cool. And when I reached out to him about coming on, he was really excited about it, which made me really excited that he actually wants to do that. So he'll show off some of the stuff that he makes. He's a really nice guy as well. So it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Are you pulling up the page?
Yes. If you want to look at his work on Instagram, it's Video Games in Frames. All one word,
okay.
And it's all spelled out. Video Games in Frames. It's awesome.
There you go. Video Games in Frames.
Really cool.
I almost said in flames. Good God almighty. Video Games in Frames. It's awesome.
Here's one.
It is a Mario from the Super Nintendo in one of the Haunted Mansions.
Yeah, I like how he makes the little videos to show you what
Yeah.
the 3D parts of it is, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's right. Oh, look at that. What of Gastlecast? I know, right? Well, let's see. Can we do it now? Let me see. How many people did we have? Good. I'm glad you brought that up because that's something I keep forgetting about, and I wanted to do something special for that. So hold on. Let me see what we got here. Because we did so many. Gastlecast. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 different entries that we're in. If you guys don't know what the Gastlecast was, oh, bye, Mom. Love you too. The Gastlecast hashtag was folks were making what we made that little character Ghastly. Him. Well, you can sort of see. There he is, the little red one. So we made that, or I drew that character up. I was so excited about that character that I wanted to see what other people would do with that character, and they would come up with their very own little Ghastlies. You know, just something fun to do. Kind of like a little challenge. And within that challenge, I wanted to have like a giveaway where we give you guys some sort of prize. And what I'll do is put together a mystery box or something, and I'll send it out this week. Heather, why don't we do, how can we do this? How can we do a random generator of those? Can you just do a random number between 1, 2, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Yeah.
No,
Like that?
because they can't see what we're why are we so disorganized? Can we do this Wednesday?
Do you want to do a Wednesday instead?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do a
because
Wednesday.
We need to
It'll give me time to put together maybe a little box so I can show you anyway, instead of just
Sorry.
making a straight up mystery. Yeah, so we're going to keep pushing this thing.
Yeah.
Why don't we write that down? Because I don't want to forget that the next go around. Okay, guys, it's that time again. It's that time again where we say adieu, right? Adieu?
bid adieu.
Is it bid adieu? Bye to do? Bid adieu? Bid adieu? We do adieu. We do the do, like Mountain Dew. Once I moved into my new house, after I'm remodeling in another 2 months, and I get my downstairs hobby shop put together, I should be doing a lot more builds and dioramas everywhere. Oh, I love. Well, that would be really cool. Love to see what you come up with. That would be great. Think, Chris. Think. Yes. So we're done. That's it. That's it for tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday. We'll be live. It'll be a lot of fun. Look forward to that. And enjoy your Game of Thrones tonight if you're watching. And have a great week. Be nice to your fellow man and women and whoever else. Closing time. All right, Heather, you want to say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Nothing else? That's it?
No.
Oh my God. All right, man. You want to tell me you love them or something?
Well, I do. They know that.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't think they do. You might want to tell them.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Thanks for tuning in.